The exponential growth of surf ski paddling is mainly at the middle and bottom end of the market, where stability is as important as speed. The Paddle Power team has found a brand new ski that delivers on both fronts.
Now this is a product review with a difference because it's a product review in two parts. Part one is the ski that you see on the beach at the moment. It's the brand new ski from Red 7 down in the Eastern Cape. It's called the Multi 60. The Surf 70 was their staple ski, and a lot of people like the Surf 70 for good reasons. It's very comfortable and it's very quick. The reason for that comfort they've managed to retain in this boat as well, because it's quite a square bottomed hull. It's flat, which makes it very comfortable, particularly when things get a little bit lumpy, and stability really comes at quite a premium. But what you've got here is a slightly shorter boat. The boat has been compacted in design but kept all of the design elements of the Surf 70 that made it so popular. The front has got the legendary design, which is the hallmark of all the boats that come out of Red 7. It's got this ridge on the top. The construction they use is a unique composite. It's a sandwich and it's all vacuum molded, which means that it's tough as nails and it's also very light. So what you have here is a slightly shorter boat, which makes it more comfortable when things get really lumpy than the long distance skis. It's as tough as nails. It's got a fantastic adjustable pedal setup, which is pretty much becoming the norm here. It's capable of dealing with anybody. It's got a big well when it comes to the cockpit, so even those with big butts can get in there, and your average paddler just needs a little bit of foam and padding to make sure that it's completely comfortable. But the consequence is you have a ski which is slightly smaller, slightly easier to handle, slightly lighter, which makes it a real plus for people for whom carrying the boat is an issue, but it's really fast, it's really competitive, and most of all, it's really comfortable, which sounds like a win. We've taken it offshore and had a lot of fun in it. It rides the swell really nicely, picks up the downwinds, really easy to maneuver, responds beautifully to steering, and crucially, is very comfortable. If you're going to find your bum in the boat for a good couple of hours, comfort is going to count for a heck of a lot. But now, here's the second part of this review, because this is called the Multi 60, because pretty much like they do in the Avon Descent in Australia, there's a whole class of river racing boats that are sit-on tops. Now, obviously, you couldn't race an understern boat like this down a river, but this boat will have an interchangeable rudder system where you could easily adapt it from being an understern rudder, as you would choose to use in offshore conditions, to an overstern riverboat. We talked about the construction. This boat is tough as nails, and it looks like it's going to be able to withstand the normal sort of bumping and bashing that goes on in our river races. If it does pick up a ding or a leak, there's going to be a set of pumps attached to the pedals here, which is going to enable you to pump the water out of this completely sealed assembly here. So whatever water you do pick up, you're going to be able to eject. And it will have the normal sort of bung setup and a hatch at the back, which will allow you to empty any major amount of water that you pick up during the race. But this could single-handedly change the way we go about racing the boats. Question, is it long enough to conform with the ICF specs? Well, a couple of these boats are going to be racing on the Fish a little bit later in the year, and expect them to be racing in their own class, because they sit on tops, and if they do not conform in terms of length or to any of the other specs, they might just start, as has happened in Australia in the Avon, a whole new class of racing in this country. The Multi 60 has got a bright future.